With already dry conditions and so much pollen and smoke in the air, it can certainly affect your health.
And one psychologist says the smoky conditions might also heighten anxiety.
Our Marissa Thomas has more on air quality conditions and what it means for your overall health. Marissa, how can air quality contribute to people's mental health?
Good evening, Mike and Emily. I found out tonight that those who have breathing issues, the current dangerous conditions we are experiencing can add stress and increase anxiety when it comes to your mental health. High pollen and now smoke in the air coming from the Canadian wildfires is irritating, and even more so for those with respiratory issues.
But for the most people, it's just a nuisance. But people who do have asthma and younger people or older people that already have compromised breathing, the last thing they need is something that makes those breathing muscles have to work harder.
Dr. Frank Tercy says staying indoors, masking up, and drinking fluids can help.
Drink lots of fluids. Any mucus that is produced by the irritation, you don't want that mucus to get thick and stuck in the breathing tubes. So by drinking lots of fluids, it helps liquefy it, at least makes the breathing easier.
Psychologist Dr. Bob Kyler says smoky conditions could increase health-related anxiety for those whose physical health might be at risk, and also cause concern for the future climate.
In terms of deteriorating climate quality and unpredictability and uncertainty, there's nothing that fuels anxiety like uncertainty, and what tends to go with that is a belief that the worst is probably going to happen. And those are two really key ingredients that intensify the experience of anxiety in response to situations like this.
Kyler says staying informed is one strategy that can turn a negative into a positive.
So I think one of the things that can reduce that sense of uncertainty, when we talked about uncertainty as really kind of an ingredient in anxiety, is if we get information that we can use to kind of help us through an event that we hope is going to be short-term, temporary, and manageable.
Dr. Frank Tercy also said that being indoors doesn't give your full immunity to air quality issues, but it is helpful. And if you do have respiratory issues, avoid doing things outside. Live from the studio, Marissa Thomas, Erie News Now.